You're watching Carolina and Company on the road with the Laurinburg Chamber of Commerce. Your source for fun, entertainment, and events right here in Scotland County. With your host, Cecil Chandler. If it's happening in Scotland County, it's on right here.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Carolina and Company Live. We are on the road in Laurinburg, North Carolina. Now, for the next 13 weeks, we're going to be visiting a lot of places around Laurinburg. I'm talking about this is a great place to live, work, and play. And right now, we're at the Museum of Scotland County. Now, if you've never been in here, you need to come in here. They've got old cars. They've got anything you're looking for. It dates back to, early 1700s. There's a lot here, and we're going to be talking about that coming up. But what is so cool, I love all these old tractors. Maybe they'll let me crank one up and ride it around the museum. We're in Laurinburg, and this starts it all off for us on the road in Laurinburg. We're going to have a great show. We'll be right back. And welcome back. We're on the road in Laurinburg, and let me tell you, we're having a great time. We're going to find out so many things about Laurinburg over the next 13 weeks. Right now, we're at the Museum of Scotland County, and let me tell you, there's a lot in here. Wilson McCall's with me, and he's going to give us a little background. First, give us a little history about the museum.
The museum itself, Cecil, opened in 2004, and it is a collection of a lot of the things that we have here in Scotland County. It's representative of the community with the agricultural and rural displays that we have, the Native American Museum up front, and we're just proud to have this open, proud to have it displayed for anyone who would like to come by and take a look.
All right, now I'm looking at all these tractors you have in here. Now, these tractors are amazing. You've got like 4 or 5 of them in here. Tell me a little bit about some of those.
We do. If you see behind us, we have the blue tractors. They were made actually in this building.
Wow.
John Blue Corporation was quite active. Most of their farm equipment back in the 20s was made in the building, and we're fortunate to have our museum here also.
So that's pretty cool. All right, back here I see a lot of old automobiles.
Yes, we have probably some of the rarest cars that are in this area. We have one, a 1904 Maxwell, which is about the only one in running condition.
That is very rare, a Maxwell.
It is, and it's the only one we know of in running condition. So there are 11 vehicles here also that represent a time frame from about 1900 on up.
All right, you got an old fire truck back there too, I saw.
We have a fire truck that literally we found in Montana.
Wow.
And it was the fire truck that started out in Laurinburg, North Carolina, went to Connecticut, then to Montana, and has found its way back here.
And now you've got it back here.
Now we have it on display.
All right, now when is the museum open for the public?
The museum is open right now on Saturdays from 10 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon, and also on Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4. We hope to expand those hours come spring.
All right, now we're talking about school groups need to come in here and learn all about history. Now it's open, of course, to all the school groups, and anybody want to bring in a group of people.
Absolutely. We do 2 tours upon request. We bring all of our local 4th graders through here annually, try to explain some of the things and show them what Grandma's kitchen, for example, looked like, and we just have a good time with the kids.
All right, I notice there's a lot of Native American stuff in here.
We do. The Indian Museum of the Carolinas was located here in Scotland County. The Historic Properties Association took over that museum, and we're trying to preserve and display the artifacts. They have over 150,000 artifacts.
Wow, that is unbelievable.
It really is.
Now, what if somebody's watching that has something in the area they'd like to add to the museum? What do they need to do?
All they have to do is contact us. We'll be glad to talk with them about it. We do accept donations in kind, and also many items are on loan.
Okay, that's great, a party. Because I was looking at an old refrigerator over there that my great-grandmother had. And, I mean, that refrigerator is just unbelievable. I mean, I've never seen but one, and that's the second one I've ever seen.
The old first electric refrigerators with the big compressor on top of it. Yeah.
That's pretty neat. All right, now see, our age, we remember a lot of this stuff.
We do.
We do, don't we?
Unfortunately.
All right, now when you look around in here, what is your favorite part about the museum?
I think my favorite part is the diversity of the items that we have. We have a lot of history of Scotland County. We have a lot of items that are typical of this, this county, this region, both North and South Carolina, both in the agricultural and rural nature. We have a lot of things that we have brought in and put on display simply because they mean so much to our history in Scotland County and the area.
A lot of heritage and a lot of history right here. And I tell you, if you have not been in here, you've got to come in here because this place has a little bit of everything. And people say, well, do they have a big museum? Let me tell you, it's going to take you a while to walk through here and look. And this is just a part of Laurinburg. For 13 weeks now, we're going to be traveling all over Laurinburg telling people about this community.
Great. Thank you very much.
We thank you so much for a tour. And I was just wondering, could maybe I blow the siren on the fire truck?
I think you can. If not, you can honk a horn on an old car.
Sounds good. All right. We got a lot more coming up. We're on the road in Laurinburg. Stay with us.
You're watching Carolina and Company on the road with the Laurinburg Chamber of Commerce. We're showcasing different businesses and events to do right here in Scotland County. Brought to you by ABC 15 and the Laurinburg Chamber of Commerce.
And welcome back to Carolina and Company Live. We're on the road in Laurinburg. It's a great place to live, work, and play. And now we're at Southeastern, the farm equipment at John Deere's headquarters. This is where it all happens, right, John?
That's correct. Southeast Farm Equipment is headquartered in Laurinburg, North Carolina. We're owned by Z.B. Pate out of Laurel Hill. Founded in 1983, so we've been at this a long time.
All right, now you got more than one location now.
That's correct. Yes, sir. We have 4 locations in North Carolina with our Laurinburg, Lumberton, Whiteville, and Hope Mills locations, and we have 2 in South Carolina, Loris, which covers all of Horry County, and Clio, which covers Marlboro and Dillon County.
I came by Loris and Clio coming up here today for this show. Now, all right, now y'all are a one-stop farm equipment place. Y'all do everything.
Absolutely. We handle everything from equipment sales to full part service and full equipment maintenance and service as well.
So anything you need when it comes to John Deere, y'all got it?
This is a place.
All right, name a few things. I've looked around. I've seen generators, weed eaters, everything else in here, to the smaller stuff.
Correct. We sell everything from steel, handheld products, weed eaters, chainsaws, and our Honda equipment, push mowers, generators, everything to help you get through all times of the year.
All right, now I got to show this. All right, this is cool. All right, look, for the little John Deere, they've got clothes, shirts, anything you're wanting. So if you've got a kid and they want to be a farmer just like you riding that John Deere tractor, you can come and pick one of those up too. All right, now what is your biggest area for farm equipment? Is it Laurinburg area or is it one of the other locations?
Laurinburg is probably the centralized store for everything. We deal primarily in our large ag equipment. We also sell a lot of consumer products, lawnmowers, commercial mowing applications. All 6 of our locations are specialized in the commercial mower area. Our Hope Mill store is an exclusive turf and utility outfit, so they do not deal with the ag equipment, but our ag customers are our biggest customers.
All right, now I was noticing a minute ago, I was walking around looking at all that heavy equipment out there. I mean, talk about some of these tractors and all these things, because I don't know what half of them are. Tell me. We got a little bit of everything out there.
That's right. That's right. Technology has advanced so much that these tractors today will pretty much drive themselves. Of course, it drives the price up, and they have to meet certain emission standards. But you need an operator in the seat. But outside of that, the tractor will drive itself to the field.
And they've got conditioned, heated, and everything in them now.
That's right. Yeah, full radio, Bluetooth, you name it.
Got all that in them?
Correct.
Well,
yes,
man,
sir.
I might need a tractor. I can ride down the road in that. All right, now, a person out there watching right now that's thinking, I need something to do with John Deere. Is there anything you don't have that comes with John Deere?
No, sir. Anything that a customer would be looking for as far as farm equipment, residential equipment, and anything in between, we'd be able to service that.
All right, now, do you have a place online they can go to?
We do. It's www.southeastfarmequipment.com, and we can also be reached through the Deere corporate website.
Southeastfarmequipment.com if you want to find out more about it. How many locations? Tell them again. 6 locations.
Yes,
Clio, Loris.
In South Carolina, we've got Laurinburg, Lumberton, Whiteville, and Hope Mills, North Carolina.
And we're in Laurinburg now. Do you live here in Laurinburg?
I do, yes, sir.
You live here all your life?
Been here all my life.
All right. You drive a tractor?
I can.
I was just checking. All right, Southeastern Farm Equipment, that's where we are in Laurinburg, and we've got a lot more. We're on the road. We're letting you know about a lot of things that's happening in the Laurinburg area. And we come back, we've got more stuff to show you from Laurinburg, North Carolina. We'll be right back.
You're watching Carolina and Company on the road with the Laurinburg Chamber of Commerce. We're showcasing different businesses and events to do right here in Scotland County. Brought to you by ABC 15 and the Laurinburg Chamber of Commerce.
And welcome back. We're right here at Scotland Cancer Research Center in Laurinburg, and we've got with me, let's see, we've got Dr. Linda Sutton with us and Dottie Matthews with us now. We're going to talk with Dottie a little bit first about the center itself, about here at the Scotland Center. Talk a little bit about what all y'all do here.
Well, we're actually a combined cancer center. We have both medical oncology and radiation oncology here. We're an accredited center by the College of Surgeons, and we've been here for about 14 years with medical oncology and about 12 years for radiation.
All right, how many doctors do y'all have on staff?
Actually, all of our physicians are Duke-affiliated physicians, and we have got 2 radiation oncologists, and then we've got right now 4 medical oncologists, and then 3 mid-level providers.
Okay, now, Dr. Sutton, you do a lot of the research here. Now, there's always continuing research into cancer.
That's right. Cancer is a very serious illness, as many people who have family members who have been touched by cancer realize. And unfortunately, there's not always a cure for cancer, but we are always working towards trying to find that cure, trying to find better ways to treat patients with less side effects, less impact on their lives. To do that, we really need to conduct research, clinical trials are what they commonly refer to. And we have many of those trials available here at Scotland Cancer Treatment Center that you might find at places like Duke or like UNC, some of the other major academic centers. Because of the affiliation here with Duke, we're able to bring many of those clinical trials here that are available for patients here in the community. So it's a really nice way that patients can have access to treatments that might not otherwise be available unless they were able to participate in a clinical trial.
And we're talking about close to home here, too. Now, you're not having to travel a long way.
That's exactly right. As you might imagine, when you're affected by a diagnosis of cancer, often you're not feeling very well. You're feeling sick. It's hard to get the treatments, and it's really hard to go those long distances, like to places like Duke or to UNC or to some other center. And we're able to offer the vast majority of those treatments here. We partner with our colleagues at Duke and UNC, of course, to try to make sure patients have access to all the treatments that are available, but we try to do as much here as is possible to do, and that is about 90% of all the treatments, both radiation and medical oncology, we give right here with the support of the Cancer Center here.
And Dottie, research is so important, and y'all do so much of it here, too.
Yes, we do. Because of our affiliation with Duke, we do have access to those trials, and we have a research nurse who works with those specific patients and reports back to Duke, so they are followed closely by the Duke providers.
All right, now, a person thinking maybe I'd like to be a part of this research, what do they need to do, Doc?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is to give us a call and tell us a little bit about their situation, and we would let them know whether there's a trial available to them here or not. If a trial is not available to them here, we would try to help them find where that trial might be available to them as well. We think it's very important that all patients with cancer have access to clinical trials if that's something they're interested in, that's the right thing for them.
All right, thank you both. We appreciate it. Scotland Cancer Treatment Center right here in Laurinburg. If you want to know more about it, contact them. They'll tell you all about it. You might be a part of their trial programs here that can help you. It's all about what you can do about cancer, and they're looking at it every day in research and every other thing they can do to make it one day maybe a cure. We
hope so.
We hope so. All right. We'll be back. Stay with us. We're in Laurinburg. And welcome back to Carolina and Company Live. We're on the road in Laurinburg, North Carolina. We're telling you everything about the area. And right now, we're over at St. Andrews College, but we're talking about the Scotland Early College High School. All right, Dr. Piggy, you got to tell me, what in the world is Early College School?
The Early College is a partnership between Richmond Community College and Scotland County Schools. And it's a 5-year program that allows our students to gain a high school diploma and a 2-year college degree during that time at no cost to their parents.
All right, now how many students you got enrolled?
197 students.
All right, now you have to apply for the school.
That's correct. We're in the middle of our application process right now, and we're looking for about 40 8th graders to enter in the class of 2021.
All right, now Maggie, right now you got about 80% of them are first-generation college.
That's correct. A typical search student is one who plans to attend college, and again, about 80% are first generation, so they have to be willing to work hard as well.
All right, now what all do they learn here? What all do they learn here? You're talking college and high school courses.
College and high school, English, social studies, we have Spanish, other foreign languages, a host of other classes.
So this is a good thing for students.
It's a great opportunity for students. You know, we stress that 80% first generation part. What we're about is giving students the opportunity to attain a college education when they might have obstacles that would prevent them from doing so otherwise.
All right, tell me a little bit about the timeline here for this.
Okay, as I said, we're in the middle of our application process. 8th grade counselors will be taking applications through March the 11th, and then we'll select finalists to go through an interview process, and our students will be selected by the end of April.
So you gotta apply though to get in.
Yes, sir, you have to apply. And we're not looking just for straight A students. We're looking for students who, as Ms. Purvis said, are interested in attending college and who are motivated and dedicated to getting it done.
You're watching Carolina and Company on the road with the Laurinburg Chamber of Commerce. We're showcasing different businesses and events to do right here in Scotland County. Brought to you by ABC 15 and the Laurinburg Chamber of Commerce.
All right, now let's talk to a couple of students and find out what's going on. Jalen's with me now, and I want to ask him, describe a typical day here. I mean, what's it all about?
A typical day at Search, as a Search student, and this can go for both teachers and students, it's just a bonding process as we start to get more familiar with each other. So for example, I'm a sophomore who's in debate club, but then I'm friends with students who are seniors in Beta Club and SGA, and these clubs start to intermingle, and we get to learn from new people with different perspectives because there's a lot of intermingling between upper and lower classmen.
So you get to learn a lot here.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun?
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of fun, a lot of good experiences.
Better than normal high school.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, now I want to move over now and ask, let's see, how do you think having an associate degree when you graduate, is going to benefit you?
By having an associate's degree when I graduate college, it's provided me 2 whole years worth of free college classes under my belt. And by taking college classes and high school classes over the span of 4 to 5 years, it's led me to experience new perspectives and foster my maturity and develop leadership skills.
Hi, now what do you want to do when you get out of school?
When I get out of school, I hopefully want to get my master's in genetics.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Oh, where are you from?
I was born in India, but I've lived in Laurinburg for the past 10 years.
All right, now where are you from?
I'm from Wagram.
All right, so you're right around the corner too.
Oh, yes.
All right, so now if people are watching one now, would you recommend that they apply for this school?
Yes, go for it, because there's a lot of new experiences and different people that you meet with different perspectives, and it'll help you grow into a better person, not just as a student, but just in life overall.
Learning college and high school stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to talk with 2 more students now, Octavia and Gus, and I'll tell you, first off, I'm going to ask you, what do you like best about the early college high school?
What I like best about being in an early college setting is that it gives us the opportunity to see what it's like to be on an actual college campus, and also because we're such a small school, we get the opportunity to have personal relationships with our teachers and with staff, and then that leads to having that one-to-one, teacher and student relationship that makes it easier to learn.
Less students, you can learn more.
Yeah, that's right.
Now,
That's right.
What grade are you in?
I am a super senior or a 5th year senior here at Search.
Oh, that sounds important, super senior.
Oh, yeah.
Right, let's go over to Gus. Now, Gus, I want to know from you now, what do you think the early college setting, what works best for you here?
Well, the best thing about the early college setting is that it is a college setting. You get a feel for what it's like to be in college life while still being in high school. And that sort of gives us a little advantage when we actually do go to larger universities in North Carolina or out of state. And another great thing about it is majority of the things that happen and go on in Search are student-led. If you want to create a new club, it's up to the student to talk to the teacher about organizing it. If you want to start a school event, then it's up to the student to get it all planned out and ready and get it approved by Mr. Pede.
So it's a lot better than other schools, and they give you a lot more and let you do a lot more stuff.
Well, pretty much.
Now, what do you want to be when you get out of school? What are you looking forward to doing?
I'd like to be an engineer.
Engineer.
Yes,
great,
sir.
Great. And I promise you now, Tavia, what do you want to do?
I want to attend East Carolina University in the fall, and I'm going to major in psychology, and my plan is to be a clinical psychologist.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, this, they didn't offer this back when I was in school, but I like this high school college deal. You get a little bit of both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. Thanks so much for talking with me.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to On the Road. We're in Laurinburg, North Carolina. We've had a great time today. I hope you've learned a little bit about Laurinburg, because we're going to be up here for the next 13 weeks doing shows and letting you know more about what there is here. You learn to work here, play here, and just have fun. That's what it's all about. Now we got a gentleman with me now that's going to tell me a little bit about the John Blue House, because a lot happens here.
The John Blue House is anchors this 19 acres and 10 different buildings we have here. All these buildings were 1800s, built in 1800s, some early, some later 1800s. We do have
some events that go on. Yeah, tell us about events.
Several festivals. The first one we're going to have this year is a Civil War reenactment, which we'll have on April 9th. This is the first time we've had one, and we're really encouraged. We have artillery coming besides troops. We have hospital set up, and we also have a headquarters for a general set up.
So the entire thing, right. All right, now then you got the John Blue Cotton Festival.
Well, we have the John Blue Cotton Festival on the second weekend in October. That's a 2-day event. It's old-timey activities of 100 years ago. We have vendors and crafts of all type. We have an old cotton gin that's run by mule that we run out here during this festival.
That's pretty amazing. All right, now the Highland Games.
The Highland Games is a premier event that shows off Scottish and Celtic culture.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. You got to do a lot of competition in it too.
Oh, it's fabulous. We have bands, pipe bands from all over the eastern coast that compete. With that, we also have the athletes that do compete. And one of the most, or the favorite things is the throwing of the caper, which I call it the throwing of the telephone pole.
All right,
everybody loves that.
Hey, I'll tell you what, there's so much that goes on here at the John Blue. You know, we're going to be back up here several times over the next few weeks, and we'll do more on this. Thanks for being with us. We do appreciate it. All right, thanks so much for watching today. I hope you learned something about the Laurinburg area. We're going to be back next week to tell you more about it. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you right here tomorrow. No, not here. I'll be back in the studio tomorrow.